Today nobody is here. Then let me host today's episode of Tea and Trailers. Guys, let's do it fast. Hello guys, welcome to today's update of Tea and Trailers. This girl Hey, welcome to today's update of Tea and Trailers. If you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So guess what? Today, as usual, we are going to talk about a very beautiful movie. Yeah, a very, very beautiful movie called Thinline. This movie is on Netflix, produced by Nigerian filmmaker and actress Mercy Aigbe. Don't get me wrong, this movie is not new. It was released in the cinemas last year, but thanks be to God, for the sake of those who couldn't go to the cinema to have a view of this movie, it has been released on Netflix. And so guess what, the team here, we watched the movie and we said, oh my God, we got to update you on this movie so that you can also go and watch. So let's get right into it. So this movie features our own Mercy Aigbe. Of course, she produced the movie and she was an actress in there. It had Uche Montana, very talented actress. Uzo, yes, you have it right. Odogu was there. Prisma James, and you know, a whole lot of people were in that. So there lived Uzo, who is called Raymond, yeah. And he is a pastor married to beautiful Mercy Aigbe Damiola. And they were living life as, you know, exactly how God wants them to live. They go to church, preach sermons at church, and also even through social media platforms, mainly on YouTube. So that was their life. And on the other hand, had Uche Montana, who was a prostitute, yeah. And she was a boss lady when it comes to prostitution. And so she had a VIP stand where she doesn't have to go to the streets and, you know, rush with the girls, you know, survival of the fittest to get to men, you know. That wasn't her life. She was at a VIP stand, and so men rather come to him. Sorry, to her, yeah. And so that was her life. And one thing about Uche Montana is that whenever she goes out to render her service, she ends up stealing from the guys without even doing the thing. So in one instance, she goes to render service to a very rich guy. The rich guy was taking his bath only to come so that he can do the thing. He came and then found out that Uche Montana had stolen his money. Yes, gold, and even a very expensive wristwatch. He got angry, took his gun. You're not gonna play with me. You came here to render a service. So if you have stolen my money, I need to give you a very good lesson. So he chased Uche Montana with a gun, but to no avail because Uche Montana was nowhere to be found. Then in another instance, when this happened, the manager of the prostitution team decided to take Uche Montana out of the VIP stand because she had gotten, you know, messages that, okay, Uche Montana goes out and then steal from this man. So she told Uche Montana that if this is your life, you have to go to the street so that you'll be there with the girls, the cars will come, and then you can sell yourself to the guys. Uche Montana was very angry, but yeah, manager has spoken, so she just went to hustle with the girls for men. And there was this particular woman, Yvonne. Yvonne was there, and she was so angry that Uche Montana had to come down to, you know, battle with them for men. And so there was an instance where she even confronted Uche Montana that this is my stand, you're not supposed to be here. But Uche Montana was still the boss lady. So a very rich man, should I say rich? Yeah, a rich man came and then as usual picked Uche Montana to a hotel. This man had a briefcase which contained lots of money. And this man went with Uche Montana hoping to have sex. But guess what? Uche Montana blindfolded this man and told him that she has some skills which she has to do before, you know, the thing spices up and then they can engage in whatever they are here to do. As usual, she took the briefcase and ran off without rendering her service. The man got up, was so furious because this money was not even for him, it was for his wife. And his wife is, Igbo. Forgive me if I don't have the name correctly pronounced. Priscilla's mother. Yeah, Iyaris Igbo. Forgive me if I don't have the name correct. So it was the wife's money. So when he got home, the wife was so furious. Where's my money? And he couldn't even tell the wife that he had gone to take an ashawo, and so the ashawo had zoomed off with the money. He had to play, armed robbery cards to just, wipe out the issue. But the wife was like, you are going to provide the money for me. No matter where you go, if you like, fly, go into the sea, that money has to come. Fast forward, I've not left Uzo out at all. Yeah. Pastor Raymond was, having an assignment. Pastor Raymond had to go out to another city to go and preach. And so he told the wife about it, and now it was time. He went to the city, he reached the hotel, and then he met a friend at the hotel. And this friend also knew Uche Montana. So at the hotel, the friend also met Uche Montana. Was like, oh girl, good to see you. It's been a while. Where have you been? And that thing, like when you meet friend, how you vibe with them. So when the pastor also saw the guy, the pastor told the guy that, oh, I have an assignment here, and that's why I'm in this hotel and all that. So they all went to their rooms, and they came out again to have some fresh air and have some drinks. So the pastor was there, and then the friend came with Uche Montana, did the introduction. Oh, Pastor Raymond, this is Uche Montana. And then the pastor said, okay, nice to meet you and all that. And Uche Montana was like, oh, she doesn't need an introduction because she already knows the pastor. So she had actually been watching the pastor's YouTube program. Whenever she goes out and do the act, and even still, yes, every day, she's watching the pastor's YouTube program. So this isn't the first time she's hearing about the pastor. She knew about the pastor. Now guess what? The friend excused them to go and get something from his room in the hotel room. And the pastor, thought it twice that, okay, now it's just me and Uche Montana. Let me just call my wife and tell my wife that I have arrived. Because it's even going to create some kind of, uncomfortability. Do I have the right word? Yeah, it's going to make him feel uncomfortable, like you not knowing someone and being at the same table with the person. So he decided to go and make a call to the wife and tell the wife that, okay, wifey, I have come to the program. I'm in the hotel now preparing for everything. So he went out to go and, speak to the wife and left his drink there. That is where the problem is. Like, this is a very, 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 very big lesson to all of us. Whenever you go out, no matter who you go out with, make sure that you do not leave your drink there, because anything can happen. Even if you're going out with someone you trust, like your sister, your brother, if you excuse yourself, maybe your sister or your brother can be taking the phone and then checking something, and then he or she wouldn't be paying attention to your drink. So anyone can come and then do whatever they like with a drink. So that was the mistake that the pastor did. Even though he wasn't thinking that way, he left his drink, and there was Uche Montana alone. Guess what she did? She put some substance into the drink. I don't know why she did it, because I was just thinking, why would you put something into someone's drink if you don't know the person? Why do you want to, harm the person? So the pastor returned, and little did he know. In fact, don't get me wrong, he's a pastor, but yeah, it's not anything that you expect him to know that something has been put into the drink. Don't get me wrong, there are some things, it's common sense. And so that was what happened. So he settled down, and then a friend also joined, and they were having the conversation. The friend pitched that he had a business idea he wanted to talk about. And so the pastor was like, okay, then maybe then you come so that we can talk about it. You come to my hotel. And then the friend said, okay, sure. When he was about to leave, he took the drink. Everything was gone. He reached the hotel room, and oh my God, his head was spinning. What is wrong with me? What is happening to me? Oh my God, 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 oh my God. Boom. He just settled in a chair and was wondering what was wrong with him because his head was aching terribly. Then he heard a knock, thinking that it was his friend who had come to discuss, the business matters. He went to the door only to find Uche Montana at the door in a nightgown, a very sexy one. So the person was like, what are you doing here? Because we hardly even know ourselves. I just met you through a friend. So what are you doing in my hotel? Uche Montana was like, relax. Nini nano. Uche Montana say she has Bible questions to ask the man. Can you imagine? Is it here that you're coming to ask me Bible questions? Even if you're coming to ask me something, dress properly and come. So last, the thing did it. And they did a thing. Uche Montana finally succeeded in seducing the pastor and pouncing. Let me choose the right words. Yeah, she succeeded in, seducing the pastor and then having sex with the pastor without the pastor's consent. Fast forward, the pastor wakes up and finds himself naked. What went wrong? What happened? And there was Uche Montana. Don't tell me you didn't like it. Yeah, I know that you weren't, in your right senses, but I did most of the work and you enjoyed it. The pastor was confused. Why would you do that? I am a man of God. Who asked you? What right do you have? This one is men empowerment. Because sometimes it's only the women who come out and say that they were raped. But in this case, the pastor was raped. Yes. And so he had questions. Why would Uche Montana do that? You are in a shower. You can get every other man. Why a man of God? A man anointed, ordained by God. Uche Montana was just staring at the pastor like this. And then they heard a knock. So thinking I was a friend, just told Uche Montana, this thing must not go out. People must not see us together. I came here for a program. I don't know who you are, but please let this be recorded as it never happened. What do you want? Should I give you money to seal the case? Uche Montana was like, I'll tell you when I'm ready. Fast forward, they are done with the program. The pastor has returned to his house. And this is a man of God. Come and see, he was guilty. He was guilty because, one, he had cheated his wife. And two, he doesn't even know what Uche Montana wants and then had to come to him, a man of God. Like, I go to the pulpit to preach. Bro, sis, I'm the same person advising people not to engage in all these acts, and then I have gone to cheat. Who am I? How do I explain this? He kept it to himself, and then the next day, he gets a call from Uche Montana again to come to her house this time around. He goes there and then ask her, what do you want from me this time? Do you want money? Uche Montana says she wants sex. Can you imagine? And she's giving the man two conditions. It's either you have sex with me or I release your videos. That was when the man realized that this girl had recorded him. So he gave it. Yeah, he gave it to her. And there was a third instance where Uche Montana called the man again and told this man that, in fact, no, it wasn't a third instance. That same instance, she presented two conditions. That a man should choose either laying with her or paying 10 million naira. Who does that? So the man, had a sex and then went back to the wife. This time around, he was dying inside. He needed to spill things out. So he spoke to the wife that, wifey, I went on this program, but guess what? Something happened. I got, in touch with this woman. We had an encounter. We did it. And wifey, I am sorry. That was when the woman went like, how many times? That was when at that point I was telling myself that the man should have told her, as even difficult as it was, he should have told her right after the trip. But for you to go the second time and now coming to say, I did it twice. At that time, the woman was broken. She just said that, wow, she just couldn't express her feelings well. Like, she was hurt because Having sex with the same person twice, it was a mistake. As angry as she was, as hurt as she was, she decided to forgive the husband. So, after the forgiveness, they returned back to their normal lives, preaching the sermons and all of that. And then, boom, there came the news. Uche Montana has been murdered. She's been killed. I believe the question on your mind is, who killed her? What could she have done? Of course, she had wronged a lot of people. The rich young guy, the old man, and even a pastor. And some of the housemates too, at the prostitution house, were having problems with her. So, she had wronged a lot of people. Who killed her? Is it the pastor? Is it her colleagues? Is it the old man she stole from? Well, the money even didn't belong to him, but a wife. Is it the young rich guy she stole gold and the expensive wristwatch from? This is where the story gets interesting. This is where we say intermission. Yeah, if you watch Hindi movie, at this point you just see it on the screen. Intermission, meaning the drama has just begun. This is why I want you to go on Netflix. Thinline. It was produced by Mercy Aigbe. If you go there, you will even see recent. Yes, that is the movie I'm talking about. This is a movie that will wow you. It's a very beautiful movie. I want you to check it out. There are so many lessons you can learn from this movie. And most importantly, it will shock you if you find out who killed Uche Montana. You're not supposed to step on people's toes because it follows you. And of course, people who have anger issues too, it has a consequences. I believe you're asking me why I'm saying this. That's why you need to go and check the movie out. This is how we draw the curtain on this week's edition of Tea and Trailers. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell another friend that Tea and Trailers is here. And if they are movie lovers, this channel is definitely for them. Don't forget to leave your comments. When you go and watch the movie, come back here and comment. Let me know your thoughts on the movie. Till I see you next time, don't forget to stay safe and don't forget to keep your eye out for Tea and Trailers. Bye.